Welcome to Top Hill Recording podcast where we ask an artist, a band, to come in, give us 4 original tunes. We sit, we talk, hang out, talk about the tunes, talk about the band, the origin story, where we're going, where we've been, how we got here, and all those good things. Tonight, another killer group. I'm getting used to saying this, fellas. We've had so many amazing podcasts lately, and you guys are right up there at the best of them. Mm-hmm. An awesome night. You guys are guests tonight. VALE. 1, 2, 3, 4.
With every passing day. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I feel it coming closer. I feel it taking over, dragging me down. Gotta If I'm awake or dreaming, can't explain everything.
Yep.
What's
Thank you.
going on?
What's
Thank
going
you. Thanks,
on,
man. Thank you for
y'all?
having us, man. I appreciate it.
Hey, man, seriously, we got Chris, JD, Wade. Appreciate you guys coming out tonight. I got all the names right.
Oh, yeah.
I knew it.
Yeah.
All right, Chris and Wade's my brother's name's Chris Wade Johnstone. So, that helped a lot. JD
pretty
was out
easy,
there
man.
for a second, man. It was kind of like I didn't know. So,
You nailed it. That's
Yeah,
good.
dude.
All
All right, so we're
His
good.
name is Austin. We
All
just
right.
know
Yeah,
too
man.
many Austins.
Seriously,
Yeah.
guys, most of the time when we have guests in, we get a chance to, hear what's out there and give it a listen. And as I believe Chris and Wade came in, I was telling them, you guys, that how impressed I was and how much I really, really enjoyed the tunes and how great they were. And then you guys came in and just nailed 4 other. It was awesome. So,
Thank you.
yeah,
That
man.
means a lot. It's
Well,
about like the sound of the band too. It's like have that rock and roll.
Yeah. A lot of times when we have a rock band, they really kind of strip it down. Some don't, but tonight I was like, I didn't want to ask you all to do anything other than what you do. I just had a feeling. I was like, I'm going to adjust to whatever it is and find the spot. And fortunately, it was pretty easy to find. I think I moved the mic one time to find the sweet spot in the vocals and where everything's set. But after that, man, we didn't do anything else. So it was really, really cool on our end to hear some, it's rock, but there's so much intricacy into what you all do.
Thank you.
Yeah, but the fun fact of the night is after hearing the intricacy and the bits and pieces is, Chris comes in and says, "Oh, I've just been playing bass for a little bit," and then JD's like, "Yeah, we've had like 5 practices together.
Yeah,
I've been with the
basically.
band like a
Yeah.
month."
Yeah.
So, I guess let's start there. Wade, you've written these and recorded some tunes and done that stuff, I assume.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
really don't know all of that, but let's get into that a little bit. And how did we get to where we are tonight, to where we have a band that's bass player that's new to playing bass and a drummer that's new to the band, and you all come in and just lock it up.
I was asking myself that last night at practice. I was like, what brought me to this moment? Holy shit.
Yeah, I remember
So-
saying that.
So no,
Yeah,
it's really
decent.
cool, man. I've been playing for most of my life. Honestly, my dad was a musician. He still plays. He gigs more than I do, actually, right here. And he kind of brought me into that world. I've been playing music as long as I know. So, and I've had different groups around town for years, and one thing or another, stuff falls through, and you move on. You go down different doors in life, and they open up and you find different people. Like I think actually I knew Chris a little bit.
Yeah, we
Before
really got to
Fuzzy
thank our
Pig.
friends.
Yeah, we
the
had
community.
Yeah,
around
we
here
had
that
we
really-
have friends that are mutual friends, and he really saw us at Fuzzy Pig last year. That's what it was, and
Y'all were playing without a bassist.
Yeah, we didn't
As soon
have
as
a
I got
bass
off stage,
player.
I was like, y'all need some lower end. I
Who
didn't
are
know
you?
I was talking about myself at the time.
All right, so let's talk about Fuzzy. So who were you? What was it? Did you have a band name? What was it?
it was still VALE. Yeah, it was still
Okay.
VALE. It was just a different lineup. We were a 2-piece at the time, and kind of just playing.
Did you play Friday or Saturday?
We played. What did we play? Friday. I think we played.
I think
Friday.
it was.
I think it was
Yeah.
Friday. Yeah.
I wonder if I
I
missed
parked
you.
cars that day.
It was like
You're
might have been like
parking cars.
6 o'clock on.
Dude, I bet I
Friday.
pulled up like when you were playing because
Oh,
we
yeah,
pulled in
maybe.
an RV. Did the RV pull in during your set or right before or after? Because
Maybe I remember you guys being there, but I wasn't sure. I'm not sure if you were there when we were playing. Or
we
not,
probably
so.
pulled up right either when or after because I think we pulled up on Friday at 6 or
that's all
7.
good, man.
Yeah, dude. But this year we'll be set up earlier. Don't worry.
We were doing a thing where it was like I had a splitter, a split signal through my pedal board, and I was setting my signal to like a bass amp
Oh,
with
yeah.
a octave down pedal. So I was kind of doing like a White Stripes thing or whatever, but it didn't really. I don't know. The sound of the music, it doesn't really.
You still grabbed me though that day.
Thank
I was
you,
like,
but it needs more, man. So like the 3-piece is perfect for me personally.
Yeah.
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 I've
I
always
mean,
been a believer in that 3-piece.
The
Don't
three
get
piece is
drowned out.
magic, man. If you can make it work, like it's just the way to go. Cream, fucking
Yeah,
Jimi
it's
Hendrix.
SRV,
Rush did it.
Yeah, Rush.
is awesome.
I
Yeah.
like Rush.
yeah. Yeah, well, I mean that was kind of as you all were playing. The one thing I was started paying attention to as you all were going. Number one, it stands out way that your guitar playing is like you fill a ton of space. There's nothing left to be filled. You do so much, and you also have a lot of dynamics in what you do. So it's not like you're full in your face all the time. There's a ton of intricacies and just things that are interlaced in what you do as a guitar player that really, you don't need another guitar player. There's not.
Yeah.
You can have it.
We've done it before, man, and like I don't know. I feel like the more people you add after 3, it changes the sound a lot. Like I play different, you have a rhythm guitar player, and so you have to learn to find your space within that, and it definitely changes the sound of the band. Like as a 3-piece, you get a bit more of like a raw sound to it. I think whereas you get more people, and like you get a lot of talented people. Like you don't want to overplay. You don't want to step on anybody's toes, right? So like you tend to be more reserved. Whereas like as a 3-piece, we can all just kind of cut loose, and we all have our own territory where we can occupy, and it's fun.
Yeah, for sure. And that's kind of what leading to what you said is I was watching what Chris was doing as a just new bass player and seeing the space that he occupies and the things that you're doing that are just as intricate and sometimes matching lines. And then, as I told JD, I thought he was my drummer's child, the way he plays, because it's just, you're attacking the drums. There's so much about what you're doing that drives all these other things. And the intensity of what you all do links perfectly, and then you have a ton of switches. You got 6/8. I know there's stuff that you are working on, and you've written way that do a ton of time changes and signature changes and stuff like that. So it's like, it's cool as hell. It makes sense, and I'm a true believer. I love 3-pieces too, and I'm like, if I was originally a 3-piece, and then I went to 4-piece heading. Actually keys first, because I was like, let's add something else.
Yeah, keys would be great, honestly. Though.
Yeah.
Like, that would be like the one thing I would say. If we had something to be like someone wailing on a synthesizer or something.
Dude, you mentioned Derek Fontaine.
If you're watching, bro.
It's like, talk about another dimension. He puts dimensions on dimensions. So,
for sure.
There's people that can add different things. And then, when you do, I'm not to talk about, me or anything, but I'm a space filler too. I could play as a 3-piece, and learning how to play with a secondary guitar player is an interesting dance. But kind of to what you were talking about with a 3-piece and then adding anything else, I was listening to some old bluegrass player. He'll probably know who it is, and I couldn't tell you who it is, but he went like so in detail and in depth, because I love bluegrass. We were playing Billy Strings earlier, and I love old Doc Watson and Tony Rice.
That's what's up,
I mean, dude, you talk about J.D. Shelver and all these guys. There's legends around this place. But this old guy was talking about how I believe it was Bill Monroe would only allow. He wouldn't allow a mandolin and a fiddle in the band together because a bass resonates at a certain,
I know what video you're talking about, and it's Jimmy Martin and his mandolin player talking about how music,
and he's
quote,
talking about
unquote,
string
works.
vibrations.
Yeah, and he's talking about hertz, and exactly whenever you have a 4 to 5-piece group, every single person is at a very specific vibration.
Yeah, different octaves.
Right. Very different
is,
octaves.
They're just occupying different spaces within the musical frequency. Man.
Exactly.
Yeah, it gets tricky the more people you add, but
It does.
Luckily with those bluegrass bands, every instrument basically has their own place that they fill.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not the guy to ask about bluegrass. That'd be him. But still, I do enjoy it. And like when you hear a good bluegrass band, they all like they don't really have to fight for territory, do they?
Exactly.
So,
But and especially if there's an arrangement as such to where you've got the bass in one section, you've got the guitar in another, you got the vocal line that's generally in another, and then if you have a banjo that's super, either super high and then the mandolin, the fiddle, which is that other lead instrument that's right below that. So it's like everything fits in this spot. And with you guys, kind of the same way. If you add another guitar, that's fighting for space. That is there space there?
True.
If you add the keys, that's a totally different sound and dimension that it's not fighting with anything else. It's adding this layer to what you guys do to where it goes, okay, I could understand that, but is it needed? No, it's definitely not needed because what you guys do and what you did in this room means needed, no. You get to be picky at this point,
Yeah, but we could go full Pink Floyd with the keyboard player.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah. So talk about getting together with these guys, Wade, and kind of where you started with what you were writing and what's online now for people to listen to, and like where are you guys heading now, man? It feels like something's a brewing.
Yeah, so I feel like those are 3 different questions.
I always ask multiple questions.
Fine.
I'm terrible.
I feel like we'll go the first one, I guess. Basically at the festival, he kind of saw us play, and then we started talking. Ended up linking up. He practiced with us, like he said. He hadn't been playing bass much before, but I mean, he's a great guitar player, by the way. Chris Arbaugh, he does his own music as well, which I will be filling in with. I'll be playing guitar, or drums, or whatever.
That's a solid transition to the idea. Like we kind of explored it in our own heads when we first doing it, is because you were kind of like, it's kind of useful to have a bass player that knows how to play guitar, because I can like hear what you're doing in another way and follow along your vocals or the guitar line.
Yeah, you know where I'm at. And as a vocalist and a guitar player too, you can definitely get in my headspace. So it works, man. It works. And and then JD actually found, Chris met you a long time ago. I guess you could talk about that.
That started with a Cash App card. So like I was purchasing a vape at a vape store, and Alexis was there, and she's like, "Oh, you play drums? That's cool," because it said mood drummer, and Chris needs a drummer, and then
so shout out to Alexis.
That's
how
like a more honky-tonk kind of thing with me on lead at the time.
Whoa, hold on. So we need to hold on. Let's stop. That was a lot. That was way too fast. Hold on.
No. So
hold on. Cash App card, drummer, what?
Okay, yeah. So I had an old Cash App card I would put money on sometimes, and I was purchasing a vape at a vape store, and I handed her the card, and she reads my card. It says Moon Drummer, which my mom.
Moon Drummer.
That's what my mom gave me, that Moon Drummer. Okay, and she's like, "Oh, you play drums," and then that was a spark right there of like what started this. It's like, you play drums, like Chris needs a drummer. And then I linked up with Chris, and we hit it off. We had a jam session one time. It was awesome. We had a good, we had a good jam. And he was like, you're a good drummer. We'll keep you around. And then it was just some with Rinky Dinky Kit, and we made it work. It was fun. We played everything. Eric Clapton. We played like Alice in Chains. We were playing all kinds of stuff.
Jam.
Yeah, Pearl Jam. Yeah. And
you played right on my originals too, and it sounded really great. And I loved it.
I've been playing for a while, man.
The rest of the band never came together, and so we kind of lived our own lives.
And then there was a dead space for about a year. I had my baby, and my family happened, and then now, like, hey, we need a drummer. And anyway, so this just over time, the stars aligned, and now here we are.
That's what I was thinking. The stars aligned.
The stars aligned, dude.
Stuff happened, and then we needed a drummer, man. And
this guy came through. That's how he came along.
And he's a really cool guy too. That's the one thing you gotta look out for, man. Because
chemistry.
Bands are hard. Bands are really hard. If you don't get along with the people you play with, like it's over. So.
You need you need an easy hang. That's also, as we talked about bands coming together, falling apart, you mentioned it, and it happens. It's true. The most normal thing about a band is that it's going to fall apart, and you're going to have 15 variations of the bands and musicians that come and go in each other's. It's circle. It seems to happen quite a bit, which is totally normal because that's what happens with creative people,
absolutely,
creative ideas and things like that. So it's like it does make sense that things just kind of go in that rotation, and that for you guys to be in this situation now, man, I do think that it's like it is perfect timing.
Yeah. I mean, he gets it. He gets the songs. He understands what I'm doing. Like, and I can't understand. Like, we've had maybe 5-6 practices before we did this.
Yeah.
And
maybe a few hours long. And
we were grinding out these 4 songs.
with my busy life.
Man, we've been working, but when we jam and make up stuff on the spot, I love that stuff.
Yeah, we've been
Just
doing a
as
bit of that
much.
too, which
And
is
so-
what we're gonna probably spend the next month or so getting
Finding
together.
the free space, the make some stuff down, like whether it's reggae or
Exactly.
yeah.
To
I want to
really-
explore
really-
the space a little bit, and stray away from the main square rock sound and kind of like
Yeah.
Yeah,
I-
we're just
all right,
like
so
different stuff.
Wait, let me ask you that.
Yeah, what's up?
Is hearing JD say that, is that music to your ears? Because when I listen to your stuff, that's especially what you have online. That's what I get. I get somebody that is not in a lane. I get a writer that goes where the idea takes him instead of having an idea that he has to follow.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that's how you write?
For sure, man. I mean, I feel like years ago I might have been trying to do a thing, like going after something. Maybe whether it was like the 60s psych rock sound, is what I was really into for a while, and I still love it, But like, I just I don't know, man. You don't want to do the same thing forever, and plus, you don't want to like limit yourself by having some preconceived notion of what it is, right?
Yeah.
So I've taken to like we're just a rock band,
Yeah,
man.
it's
Like
not
whatever
so
comes.
hard to
Yeah.
really put
There's so much
words to it.
space to explore.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want to.
Yeah,
Like really,
yeah.
like whether it's like some like Beatles White Album stuff or some like 90s Smashing Pumpkins
Yeah,
stuff.
absolutely.
Or,
That's a
whatever
good
you wanna
example. I
do,
love that
like,
band. Yeah.
or if
So-
you want to get jazzier, like do
Yeah.
a little bit more like acoustic stuff. Like we have that side to us too, especially me jamming with this guy. Like, so the possibilities are endless, and that's exciting. That's the most exciting part, probably for me.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
You guys feel like that's the main, not the main, but the biggest thing moving forward is like there's a big canvas that's super blank that you guys get to paint together.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want to start writing a lot more
Yeah.
because we have some new ideas that aren't recorded yet. They're just on paper. And that's one of the first things we did when we started playing with JD is we just sat down with our very new stuff. And it was like, what can you do with it? And like, it's pretty
mapping
incredible.
it out,
Like, it's pretty incredible. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun, and that's what it's about,
Also, one thing that I would like to bring up, it is a bit of a side topic, but the way that your all's energy within this space, we have a lot of bands that come through here and a lot of bands that, that have, they're normally like a 4-piece, sometimes 5-piece, and then we've even had a 9-piece. But the way that you all use the space and how energetic you all were moving around and everything. We haven't had very many bands that come in and do that and actually use the energy and the space that they're given to their advantage. And I mean, even on the mix tonight, you all moving around almost made it sound better.
Thank you. Yeah, we kind of do that when we practice too. Like, I don't know.
you
Like-
do. It's like a live setting. It's like I like the term we used. Keeping the magic alive, like within the song, like it's some kind of power,
Like when we practice, we basically the same setup. I mean, I'm usually on the other side, but either way, like we're facing outward, kind of, and like and so it's like we're in a stage setting when we practice, and I don't know, like just trying to get that like that space, like you said, where you can just like find what you're doing. Like I would hate to just come here and just like stand there. I felt like I was for a second, just like kind of standing and playing. It's like no, like we gotta. This is what are we? This is what we are.
Well, when you lean into that guitar solo and line to yourself, then it made them bends. You gotta get into the.
You gotta get into
the
it,
sound
man.
of,
You gotta
of
get
every
into it,
solo. It's
yeah.
not just
Yeah.
play it the same way
Well,
every time.
in watching you guys, it reminded me a lot of. I remember back whenever I was in middle school, I went and saw the Strokes and saw some other bands and it reminded me a lot of that because you all had that energy and you all moved with the music, not just not just to move, but
Dude,
like there was
thanks, man.
actually
All right,
something
so-
behind it. You know?
All right. Back in the day
I like
when
the
we started
Strokes.
this shit, I used to do a lot of like, here's what you sound. Here's what I was hearing.
Mhm.
So with that, I've got a super mix. All right.
Okay,
So,
yeah, let's go.
I'm
let's
excited
Alright,
for this one.
So when I'm in the headphones, when I was just sitting there, I was going, okay, you mentioned the old 60s psych rock, which there's
Uh-huh.
a piece of that. Then I was hearing Smashing Pumpkins and the Strokes. So there's like this mix of 60s psych rock with like stroke-ish, like vocal melody crazy lines with like also power rock, Smashing Pumpkins vibe, all mixed into this weird thing that makes it super original. So, it's been a long time since I did a Here's What I Heard.
That's
But
true.
there's a lot of that when you said Strokes, it made me go, all right, here's what. So I hope that wasn't offensive.
No,
Well-
hell yeah, I like that.
Well-
I would add a little bit of Black Sabbath,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Led
Yeah, I mean,
Zeppelin.
there's
a little bit of
There's
like
so many
Pink
influences.
Floyd.
I was getting
a
ready to
little
say,
bit of-
I'm
Not
like,
until Derek joins the band until I'll give you Pink Floyd after Derek joins
Yeah,
the
no,
band.
I hear that.
well,
Yeah.
As a 3-piece, it's hard to get that space, but
Yeah.
like, I like some of the weirdness too.
Yeah, dude.
it
Well,
was.
the sorry to interrupt you,
No, no,
Spencer,
go
but the choice of chords and the chord changes and not being susceptible to 1-4-5 type of stuff, and it reminds me of a lot of. I hate doing this. I hate doing this, but it reminds me a lot of the way I write. No,
Yeah.
the way that I write with that adding a chord that you hear that not necessarily it's supposed to be there,
Yeah.
but most people
Right.
don't know it's supposed to be
Science
there.
Man,
has a
it's a-
couple of those. The first song we
Yeah.
played, it's like there's like 3 different versions that we do, like of how to resolve like the verse or the pre-chorus, the chorus. Like it's weird, and I feel like it throws people for a loop, but you get it. So.
It's so easy to like fall into typical chord progressions, what you think a song is supposed to be structured as. And I feel like the next level kind of musician is the guy that can explore and take it where you hear it instead of what you
Absolutely.
think is supposed to happen.
Yeah, I totally think you're right. I think there's the typical pop country radio,
Which there's a lot of that in what I feel like I play too, because it's like blues and simple progressions built on that though.
Yeah.
But it's the extra.
Yeah.
It's like
But-
Stevie Ray Vaughan ain't just playing 1-4-5. It's all the extra.
it's how he plays it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's levels.
I like the
to
1-4-5
things.
too, though. Don't get me wrong.
Totally.
Like that's something I've been wanting to bring into our sets more is just the blues. Because whenever we would go out and play open mics and like cover stuff, like it's always like we're playing like Bo Diddley and stuff. We're
Yeah.
playing like T-Bone Walker. Like it's a hell of a lot of fun. So I want to bring some of that into what we do and like fuck it up a little bit, if I can. So.
Well, and I think that that's part of kind of just the evolution of rock, right? Is like, especially now, what I'm starting to see like in patterns of just like the times is like in rock and roll, everything kind of starts at the blues. And then from the blues, it starts building
Absolutely.
on of like, all right, well, we're going to get a little jazzy with it. Well, now we're going to go full glam. And now we're going to go back and strip it all down back to grunge,
Right.
And then you have bands like Kings of Leon and everything that then try to bring in almost like a new wave era type of
Yeah.
thing with different synthesizers and stuff like that. And with every single song that you guys played tonight, there was a little bit of an essence of all of those eras.
For sure, like Wild, the second song we played was like I think I borrowed a little bit from an old song called Red Hot.
Uh-huh.
My Girl Is Red Hot. I can't remember who did it, but I showed you guys last
You
night. And so just bringing a little bit of the blues stuff in and like, I don't know, adding like some of the Kinks energy or whatever, or some
Yeah,
like electric hot feel to it.
absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, I'm really, really excited to see what you guys do, especially moving forward
Yeah,
with
dude.
all the different.
Been together a
Stuff.
month.
I know.
Yeah.
A month.
I know. 1 month.
What the shits?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. That's
We're making it happen.
the chaos of this band. They've been together.
When I'm
Oh, it
that
is
way,
chaos.
I felt like I'd known him
Yeah.
my whole life.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, how sweet is that?
Because as being a guitar player and being like, I want to practice enough to like make those sounds, but standing in the audience watching him, it's like the guitar in his brain is already thinking everything that I wanted to do
Mhm.
in the electric rock and roll sense. So I can fill in the rest of this.
Wade's got a lot going on that brain, dude. Musically, I can definitely.
In general, man.
Yeah, man. Well, seriously, there's sometimes you get a sense into somebody's thinking when not only their songwriting, but what they're playing, their melody lines. And I mean that in like the sweetest of ways. I hope you understand that.
Well, I appreciate that, man. You're a great guy. So.
Appreciate it, man. Yeah, you do, but you can really like understand the intelligence level in what you're playing, the lines. There's thought. Everything has like a spot where it's supposed to be. There's intent, and there's the super intelligence when it comes to that. I think of Darlington Pears. I
know those guys,
dude.
Yeah.
You talk about like smart decision making and what they're doing and things like that. I haven't mentioned them in 200 episodes. I mean, like legit. But
Been
when
a hot second.
I think I played some shows with them back in the day.
dude,
Yeah.
but you, when I think about like just there's a level of thought process and everything that happens that I think that you have that type of brain where you can do a 3-piece and it sounds like a 5-piece, because there's no space. You're playing parts that not a lot of bass players play because you're playing as a bass player and a guitar player. You're filling up so much space as a percussionist because you're not a drummer. You do more than just a drummer. You're a percussionist. You're playing everything and you're doing a lot of it and filling up that space. And then Wade brings all the aspects of guitar. I've never seen somebody do more with the wah-wah pedal. It's like, what? I mean, as a wah-wah pedal, why are you sounding like that, man? This is ridiculous. I mean, it's killer.
Yeah,
like from a musician standpoint and a lover of music standpoint, as a 3-piece rock band, you guys, man, are just. I'm really, like Spencer said, dude, super excited to see what happens. 5 practices, 1 month.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, bro.
There's certainly a lot to be said about that process of kind of rewriting the songs as we sort of discover
Yeah, there's
what
been a lot of
area
that.
we can fill.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like we're kind of clashing each other. We're playing the same thing too much and just kind of explore another lick that doesn't do the same. We're not in the same octave or the same.
We're like
frequency.
relearning the songs with JD. So.
Yeah.
for
It's
sure.
changed a lot since the EP you heard on Spotify. Yeah. Rewriting the songs, making sure it's tight and busy.
Working on dynamic. I mean,
dynamics hard. Yeah, big
We
one,
haven't
dude.
even touched on the rest of the set that we had 2 months ago. I'm really excited for the other songs.
Yeah, dude, I mean, like
play
some of the
on
stuff
JD and learn.
some of the stuff that you do, I'm sure is going to change, but also some of the things that you two lock up on. JD's in the back, still locking up because he's locking up with you, but you are locking up on, like, a section that's just it creates this freaking like.
Yeah, man. And the cool thing about this guy is he locks in with like the vocals and the guitar and what I'm doing. And like, so like, I just like, especially like what we've been doing with Wild lately, like he just like plays into what I'm doing. We feed off of each other.
Yeah.
It's like really, it's great, man.
Yeah.
It's great chemistry. So.
Oh, thank you, man.
And,
It feels very New York Dolls.
I love the New York Dolls, man. Rest in
Yeah.
peace, David Johansen.
I know.
peace.
R.I.P.
RIP. All right, well, it's time for Weston's questions, my man, I think, right? Is we about that time?
Uh-huh.
All right, bro, you got them ready?
I do.
What you got?
Hot and ready.
Hot and ready.
All right.
Brought
so
to you
the first
by-
one is
Wasn't it red hot?
Little
Yeah,
Caesars,
I'm
this could be your
I
ad.
know.
It's hot and ready.
Could
Let's
be.
go.
It really could be. He's so easy too.
I mean, we'll take 1 free pizza and we'll put
Yeah.
your logo right here for
Man,
1
For
free,
real.
2 free pizzas.
Vale pizza.
There we go.
Yeah, you gotta bargain with
1 for the band,
You gotta
1
negotiate.
for the dude,
Exactly.
2 free pizzas. We'll take 1.5 though.
Yeah.
Maybe
They
1
got
and
the
some
money. They'll be able
breadsticks.
to-
One in some breadsticks.
Make me hungry over here, dude.
Yeah, dude, I'm starving now.
Yeah, dude.
Mitchell Hill wasn't close. It wouldn't be so freaking long to go get there. Anyway, go ahead. What you got? Sorry.
So the first question is, have you ever accidentally written a song that felt more like a secret confession than music? And if so, what is the backstory?
Oh my God, bro. That is so
I know we're
That's
going
heavy.
heavy for the first one.
I hear you, Brad Weston.
I have. This is what you're asking.
Yeah,
him, so-
this is-
I would go ahead and say that most of my lyrics are super personal, And definitely, like, so, like, if you ask me about them, it's like they mean something to me. So,
Sure.
yeah, no, absolutely. Do I want to go into detail about that?
You don't have to. He did not say, give me detail about your secret
not
If
confession.
you want to give a backstory on a specific tune or
Man,
something,
we're not trying to out anybody here.
Exactly,
We just,
yeah.
this is
No,
supposed to
hey,
be
man.
fun, Brad. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
All right,
I can say with the songs that I've
Rumors of my
written.
infidelity are greatly exaggerated.
Well, exaggerate it. Like it might feel like a confession, but sometimes you just like emotions are hot and music is powerful. So sometimes you feel something and it's like, well, I wouldn't say that to somebody. I wouldn't really believe in this all the time, but you write it into a song and it's dramatic and it kind of works. It's like I felt that way that day. It's not like something I sat on the whole
1000%.
time.
And
Right.
So I think people, this might be a weird statement, people that don't write songs or write maybe even poetry, but more specific songs like this that he's asking about here in this question. There are ways to write, and I'm sure that you guys will relate, that you could write in that fashion, because a lot of times out of frustration comes a great, way to cathartically write a tune that maybe sometimes is badass, and it is a not necessarily a confession, but it is a true statement about the situation. You're frustrated, but as soon as that thing's done,
What a release.
That's it. You're done with it.
Exactly. Yeah, I would say it is a good release for things you can't otherwise deal with, or like, or there's like messages of like to yourself or like to anyone who's interested about that nothing is truly the end unless you make it the end. So that's a
Absolutely.
big part of.
I thought of the word isolation. If you ever feel that, music has always come to me to comfort me in isolation like that.
Oh.
And it's like those people who wrote those songs, that they did something that helped me through something. And now I kind of feel like if you could give that to someone else, then that's like the ultimate prize of doing this all together. I
Yeah,
think.
man.
Like,
Yeah, dude, that's killer.
Absolutely.
All right, question number 2.
Yeah. Well, question number 2. If you could collaborate with any historical figure, alive or dead, on a song, who would it be and what would you write about? And this is any historical figure. It doesn't even have to be musicians. So,
Chris.
Oh,
there's so many easy
Abraham Lincoln.
shots.
Oh.
So many easy shots. It's SRV and Jimi Hendrix and Tony Rice and but someone
One.
who would
never thought about that before.
I'm gonna think of this too. While y'all
kind of a.
I'll tell you, I struggle with writing with other musicians in general to begin with. So like to sit in a room with somebody who's like a legend or like somebody that is an idol of mine
First of all, they play
might
circles
seem a
around
little
them.
bit overwhelming for me. I'd probably lock up. Just being real, I would probably lock up. So
Well,
all right, who would you like to jam with?
Yeah.
That's good. Not right with jam with.
shit,
I've been a huge Deftones fan since.
Okay.
That's not a
Yeah, I
shot.
would. Stephen Carpenter and Abe Cunningham is my top favorite sound. Just the massive sound they have from the soft to the heavy, to the sad to the hardcore, and say they got it all. So
Great show too, live.
Yeah.
Good live band.
I've seen them before, and that's a band I would love to play a song with.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Dig it.
Yeah.
All right, what you got, Chris?
Man.
Nice shirt, by the way, man. Nectar Valley, nice shirt,
Ask me who I
bro.
want to jam with. It's these guys.
Hey,
Every day
no
of my
shit.
life.
Man.
It's SRV. I really would.
All
I'd
right.
love to just be a fly on the wall at the least, or hold it. Just play them 1-4-5s for them and let them go crazy. That
Oh
would
my
be so
God,
much
dude.
fun.
Yeah, well, I guess I'll have to go with Jimi Hendrix because if we're gonna be a fly on the wall or whatever, if you need me to play a tambourine, I got you. I'm a pretty good tambourine player. So
Be the best damn tambourine
dude.
player ever.
Damn.
hey, I go hard on tambourines. So,
Hell yeah. Neil,
Who would you do?
me?
Yeah, dude.
yeah.
I would want to actually sit down and write a tune with like Ernest Hemingway. I think it would be fucking interesting
my
to see
God, dude.
with his like
Oh,
writing and classic American literature and all that stuff in the way that he can portray emotions through words. I'd be very interested to see what his brain comes up with in terms of a song.
Sure, yeah, that's next
Yeah.
level. That's
No, it's not.
He
I'd
writes
like,
some verses.
I'd like
He'd
to
probably
paint
write
a-
a course for him.
like to paint a
There you
song
go.
with Picasso. Okay, let's go. Jackson
a song.
Pollock. I'd write a song with Jackson
there
Pollock.
you go.
No, dude. No, I don't know. You came up with some weird ass answer. What am I
It's a
supposed to
good
say?
answer. He's a
It's a
known
good
writer.
answer.
It is.
Ernest Hemingway, you son of a bitch. All right. I would, I don't know, man.
Or here, I'll change it. Chris Stapleton.
No.
If I could sit down and write a tune with Chris
That's more, all
Stapleton.
right, come on, man. That's
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to rain on your parade, but Ernest Hemingway, come on, bro.
Dude,
Ernest Hemingway.
I love Ernest Hemingway.
Come on, man.
Great books.
Books,
They're
great
sad as
books.
fuck,
Yeah,
but
what are
they're
you
great.
talking about, man? Come on.
They're great.
It's within the confines of your
Imagine
original
it,
question.
yeah.
Hey, it said anyone alive or dead. whether-
Exactly.
I
I'm
know,
trying to not
but-
pick a
whether it's
musician.
Look,
musician or
dude.
not, but
I gotta. I just had to. I had to rain on his parade a little bit. That seemed out of line totally.
No.
No, I'm just
like
kidding,
it.
dude. I do too. I don't know, man. I'm only doing that to stall because I don't have an answer.
that's
You know
where I
what
was
would be
at, man. I had to
crazy?
pick
Yeah.
somebody. So.
Yeah. See, I should have been thinking about this.
You know what would be crazy?
No, what?
Beethoven.
Beethoven. I'd write a one with him.
Yeah.
Beethoven.
Yeah.
Beethoven. That's
Beethoven, but like have
Bum,
all
bum, bum,
modern
oh.
instruments.
I wouldn't know where to start.
Yeah, I'd be so interested to see what actually fucking happens.
Yeah, dude.
Yngwie Malmsteen.
Ooh, that's actually all right. I've got an answer because I really have no idea of his catalog, and I'm not even being weird about it. I just really don't know, but I know he's a genius, and I would do it for this reason: Miles Davis.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know zero Miles Davis.
If you want to get your ass whooped.
No, I don't. But that's
he
why I would
would.
go. Here's
You
what we're
ran
gonna
a
do.
tight shit.
I love
so-
like Stevie Ray Vaughan. Great answer. Stable. Great. All the answers are great. But yeah, dude, I don't know anything about that.
Have you ever seen the video
No.
of whenever Miles
haven't.
Davis came out
I just told
and
you no.
played with Prince? Well, but there's a famous video where he comes
Oh,
out
Prince,
and he's
I
like
like
sitting there with
that.
Prince and his big band and everything, and he walks
All
out.
right, Billy Strings.
Huh?
Sorry, Billy Strings. I'd take Billy
Hey,
Strings.
What's the
right.
chance I
Fun to
get
hang
one
out with.
splash
Yeah.
more of this guy?
It is right there.
Hmm?
A little bit more bourbon. No,
Please.
bourbon.
You take it.
But
Take
so
it.
the
Actually,
video
put me some in there.
is Miles Davis
Just
walking out.
I gotta drive.
and
you
then
to
Prince
this
just looks at him and goes,
upstairs. All right, good.
go for it. And he sits there and he just goes, and it was like an EDM track or something.
Yeah,
and it was so funny because you'd think that the genius of Miles Davis, you know, he'd come up there and rip something nasty. No, it was like 2-3 notes. And he's
Yeah.
just like, da-da-da-da-da.
Didn't he say something like,
I know a
You
guy
play
who
the
do something like
notes.
that.
What? Yeah.
what did he say? You play where the notes aren't or something? Play between the notes or something like that?
I guess. Yeah.
Shut up, man. Guys, you're
know.
making me look stupid tonight.
I'm not trying to.
All right. Oh, you got a question number 3 for us
Oh,
there,
yeah.
buddy?
Yeah, I can
Play
have a
between
question
the
number
notes,
3.
play with the notes, and around the notes.
I don't know how to do any
play
of it.
some
That's
notes.
what blues is.
Yeah, I just play 'em all.
note.
Yeah.
Facts.
But
It's a dance.
There
Okay.
you go.
Now we're here. So, if each of you all were a character from a famous movie, who would you be and why?
I like this question.
It's a good question.
Famous movie.
I'd probably Forrest Gump.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
All right,
This
you
is,
got to
uh,
please
That movie would've been
explain.
a lot
Yeah,
better with
dude.
you than Tom Hanks.
Please
With
ex-
me, it would have gone on down a lot differently.
Yeah.
reckon.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know,
The
man.
songs you'd be able to write if Forrest
I would
Gump-
have had a lot more life experience. Let's say that.
You guys ever seen the Ballad of Buster Scruggs?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that movie
It's
is
a great
hilarious,
movie.
dude.
I want to be.
Yeah.
What's that guy's name?
The guy from
Cold water.
Old Brother, Where Art Thou guy. I can't remember his
Oh yeah,
name.
it'd be George Clooney or
Well, no, he was in the movie. The Buster Scruggs was
Yeah.
in that movie. The tiny dude.
Oh, that other Tim Blake Nelson.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
his name.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Couldn't think of it.
Also, really liked
Hey.
Marty McFly, man, from Back to the
Oh.
Future.
Ooh.
When I was younger, I idolized myself after Marty McFly. So
Hell
that's
yeah.
probably What about you, brother?
I don't have an answer yet. I gotta think about it.
All right, Spencer.
Damn. Well, I'm a huge Pirates fan, so probably
I know where
Captain
this-
Jack.
I knew where that
Jack
was going.
Sparrow.
I
Yeah,
knew where it
Jack
was
Sparrow. Or honestly, Davy Jones.
Davy Jones.
With all the tentacles, do some
my
crazy
God.
tapping shit on
Yeah.
the guitar, you know?
Yeah.
That would be wild.
It would be
What was the question?
if you could be any famous movie character.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, who would you be?
JD, you got an answer yet?
No, dude. I'm trying to think about it. Like, it's a lot.
I think
I don't
would-
watch a lot of movies, so.
I'd be. I don't watch a lot of movies either.
No.
Let's see. Let me be somebody cool.
John Wick. How about
Oh,
that?
Dude,
John Wick.
There's
I'd
so
be- I'd
many.
be
There's
Keanu-
so many.
I just
examples.
beat Keanu Reeves. How about that? I'm not John
You
Wick.
just
I'm
wanna-
I actually
just
love
Keanu
John Wick,
Reeves.
too. That's
Just
actually a good
Keanu.
answer.
Let's, hey, dude. Let's
Everyone
be
wants
John
to be
Wick.
John Wick,
'Cause-
dude.
yeah, let's
I'll be John
Wick.
Wick 1. You're John Wick 2.
Okay. Yeah,
Sweet.
Damn, the trauma in between the both of you all is
Yeah.
crazy.
Hey, well, you know what, though?
2 dead dogs and a
Yeah,
dead
hey,
family.
my dog
Shit.
lover's here.
Shh, don't say that.
It's just the amount of
Oh,
of
Sorry,
work
yeah,
that went into that
don't
movie.
traumatize
The
the
whole
dog.
judo and the tactical precision, and the katana blade fighting scenes. Of
I know.
Parabellum.
I take it back. You're John Wick. I'm Keanu Reeves. I remember
Okay,
the
yeah.
Matrix.
Yeah,
I remember.
dude.
I'd be Neo because it's so
Yeah.
close to Neil.
There you
So
go.
there you go.
Neo,
All right, you're
Neo.
John Wick. I'm Neo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, yeah, I think that would
Oh,
be
yeah,
my
That's
answer
much cooler.
anyway.
Those are good
That's a good
answers.
answer.
I was just honestly, I was thinking about John Wick earlier today, and I was like, they could just keep making those movies, man.
Yeah.
They can just keep
Forever.
making those. They're like old school, like action flicks. They'd come out with like 8 of them. I don't even mind.
No, I don't care how slow he runs at this point in his life. You
Yeah,
know what I
no,
mean?
get
That's
up
by,
there.
by 3. I was like, man, he's running
I
pretty
want to
slow
see
these
Keanu
days.
Reeves
Yeah.
as a 1800s Western main character.
Oh, I
like,
can't.
like a
So-
Gunsmoke.
I'm
kinda-
terrible with period pieces. I mean, after Tombstone, you don't need to make another one.
Yeah.
So apparently, Keanu is going to be the Red Dead Redemption.
Oh, no.
He's going to be the cowboy.
What?
Yeah.
What are they doing? Like
Look
an
at you,
hour?
dude. You spoke
No,
that
they're
into
doing a movie.
existence,
They're doing a movie?
bro.
They're doing a live action movie
Live
of
action?
a video game with Keanu playing
Man.
the cowboy. It's
I
either
love
him
Keanu
or the
Reeves,
dude
man.
that played
Yeah.
Superman. The new dude
Nah,
that played
he
Superman.
can't be it. That guy?
Yeah.
Wait, new guy?
Yeah. The new
Is the
dude.
new Superman?
Yeah. The
No, I can't be that guy,
was,
dude. Keanu would be a great Red Dead Redemption guy.
Oh, yeah.
He's got the look and everything.
He's
like,
got the look.
he's
Oh,
already
that
got
Stone
the
Cold delivery.
Oh, I thought the guy from
Yeah.
Walking Dead would be the Red Dead guy, the guy with the bat.
yeah.
I thought that's what I
Oh.
thought would be it.
Daryl.
Daryl,
No,
yeah.
Not Daryl. He doesn't have the bat. That was
You mean Negan?
Negan.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't watch the show.
I don't
Yeah.
either.
I was like, if his
remember
character.
the
Just
bat,
talking
though.
out of your ass.
Yeah.
Daryl had the bow, the
Yeah, in the
crossbow,
motorcycle.
and the
Trying to put
cycle.
something together here.
Yeah,
Oh, I like
evidently.
it, man. I've only seen the scene where the dude splits his head open with a bat, and
That's
I was
when
like,
I
I'm
quit
good on this
watching.
show. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
when everybody quit watching. It was like, oh my god, dude, that's it. That's too
that
much.
was like the only scene I saw, and
Oh,
I
you
was like,
need
oh,
it.
this is the one that people were mad at. I was like, all right, we're good.
That show
I'm
fell
kind of the
off
same way
hard
with
for me
Game of
after the
Thrones,
first
dude. I'm
season.
just like, people
I
were
ca-
mad at
I
it.
There's
can't
too
get
much
it.
incest in that movie for me.
Yeah,
to keep
there's a
up
lot
with
of
it.
dark stuff.
Holy
man.
crap. I didn't know that.
Game
There
of
was,
Thrones.
yeah.
Oh, well, Game of Thrones I know is pretty vulgar.
I
Yeah.
just, the only reason I can't get in Game of Thrones because I can't do like dragons and shit, dude.
I love
hate-
dragons, man.
I love
I
Lord of the
can't-
Rings,
I like-
dude.
I'm
I'm
a
bad.
huge Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
I'm bad on period pieces, and then if it isn't like How to Train a Dragon,
Yeah.
I
You
don't
can't
know,
be
dude.
too many dragons though. It's like too many dragons is too much. That's
Hey,
why
did
Lord of
they-
the Rings is good because there's like what? There's no dragons.
I don't
except
think-
for the
The
Hobbit.
Hobbit, yeah.
Hobbit has a dragon,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
other than that, it's just
Kind of period piece. I still couldn't get into the
They
Hobbit.
did that movie
I did
Bullet
love
Train.
Harry Potter.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
Harry Potter was
shit.
sweet.
Yeah, dude.
I
I
think
grew up with it. So yeah,
Yeah, me too. My mom would read me the books every night.
Oh, dude.
Put me
me
to
and my
sleep.
brother,
It's
like,
good
yeah,
stuff.
we were
Yeah,
getting
it
them
was
as they
cool.
came out. So
I think there's a book set upstairs right now.
Cool.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I'll read it to you guys later.
yeah, no, please.
All right. So for our listeners, people watching, all that stuff that want to, follow you guys, check you out, see where you're playing, all those things. where can they find you?
Yeah, so we have Instagram, Facebook. It'd be VALE the band.
We have
VA
Instagram.
Yeah, we do.
Come on, JD, you're in the band now, man. It's been a
Our
month.
Instagram's popping, brother. Like, what are you talking about? No. It's facebook.com/VALE the band. It's VALE the band. Instagram. Yeah, you can find us on Spotify and all the streaming platforms too. An easy way to find us throughout all the nonsense on Spotify just be to type VALE and like signs or VALE Wild
song
or
from
something
the
like that. Just one of our
EP.
song
Let's have
names.
premium with that. You just look it up.
Yeah, you can find it.
Yeah,
but we're
yeah.
around. We're
Yeah.
around, and we'll be around more. We're trying to get out of town right now. We're going to like Lexington. We got a show
Yeah.
booked there. Got a show booked in Covington. So we're trying to get into Cincinnati. Trying to go down to Nashville and stuff now. So that's what kind of we're in that spot right now.
Awesome.
Yeah.
But we're excited about it and we're excited for the future. Making music with this guy and these guys and yeah, super excited about it.
Hell yeah, man. You should be excited about it. Just listening tonight, like I said, man, you guys, killer tunes, killer sound. Love what
Thank
you're doing. I really like the chemistry between you guys, man. You guys you seem to. I think that's for me why it was surprising that you guys were only together totally for 5 practices a month, because it seems like y'all are buds. Like y'all are just have been hanging out together for a long time. So
What's been working out? So
yeah, man.
Yeah.
If that stays the course, I expect big things from you all.
Thank you.
So really, really appreciate you coming in, hanging out, talking for a while, playing some tunes.
It's gonna get loud though live. All right.
We
it's gonna
did
get
get
loud.
Yeah, you don't do what those sticks called, Spencer? What are those drums?
Hot rods.
Yeah, you don't do hot rods on a
It
live
sounded
show,
good
do you?
though, man. And
Oh,
we made
dude, it
it. We
sounds
made it
killer.
work. Like
Yeah.
we already knew that we'd have to turn it down coming into the space, but we found a nice little middle ground there.
Yeah,
So,
dude. Yeah, I think that we found that ground without compromising your sound for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you guys, man, like I said, super excited to see what happens.
Thank you.
Appreciate y'all. Spencer, what about you, brother? Where can they find you?
It is just Spencer.Corbin. Anywhere on all the social medias. If you need any type of luthier work, any guitars fixed, basses fixed, classical instruments,
Ooh.
brass, woodwinds, any of the stuffs, just hit me up.
Boom Shakalaka. What about your band? Where can they find you? I hear you're trying to get some gigs and stuff.
I am.
Where can they get you at?
Yeah. So the new project, Voodoo Symphony, it is voodoo.symphony.
No,
And-
the Voodoo Symphony.
or
homie.
the Voodoo Symphony. My
How
bad.
do you
See,
not know your
I'm-
band?
Because it's new. We're
that's
getting
right.
there. We're working on it. We're working things up a little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely be hitting this guy up very soon because
go.
we're gonna get some fretwork done, right?
Hell
Let's
yeah,
go.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
So definitely go with him.
Hell yeah. He is a pro at what he does, so definitely check out Spencer. We'll get the work done. Voodoo Symphony. I hear they're good. I hear.
Killer.
Oh, all
Swag.
right, that's big words. All right, anyway, check out Top Hill Recording Podcast on Instagram. Definitely subscribe on YouTube. It's a big deal. Like, do all that stuff. Please share, and we'll see you next time. Appreciate you, fellas.
Thank you.
Thank you.